してきたか。身代わりを作る隙がない。これが死か。
As if the entire internet collectively dogpiling on ImAllexx for the last week wasn't enough, I have finally come in to put a final nail in the coffin that's ImAllexx's career. Yes, that's right, you've heard it here first, guys. Shifter is finally here to save the day and once and for all put an end to all of this drama. Okay, you don't need to remind me that I'm late. I know. When the drama came out, I had a flight booked to a third world country the next day and I spent the next 4 days without internet. Hell no! Why did I book a flight to a third world country, you may ask? Hey, you're as clueless as me. Sometimes the world just works in mysterious ways and puts us in weird situations that makes us all think, how the did I manage to end up in this situation?
What the Sigma?
No. Now that I'm back, it's finally time to add my 2 cents to this already dying drama that is ImAllexx's girlfriend abuse streak. Not that there's anything new to add, but hopefully through the sheer power of my sloppy editing skills, I'll hopefully manage to keep you entertained for enough time that YouTube starts promoting my video and starts showing it to more people so we can grow bigger and stronger.
That's quite big.
From being well loved by the community and respected by his peers to being hated by seemingly everyone, including people he seemed pretty close to, it seems that ImAllexx and his career have taken a turn for the worse by an unending spiral of allegations. Brother just doesn't stop catching bullets. It's like the Matrix scene where Neo dodges all of the bullets in slow motion, but instead it doesn't dodge any at all.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets!
Well, but where did this all start, Shifter? Please tell me as if I haven't watched 20 videos about ImAllexx already. Well, it all started years ago, eons in internet time, when Leafeasier made a video making fun of him.
Honestly, I don't like anything about you. I don't like your face. I don't like your videos. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like anything about you. And even if you cured cancer, I still don't even think I would like you because something about you I just don't like.
Well, it didn't actually start here, all jokes aside. Recently, one of ImAllexx's girlfriends came out with an 82-page mega document. Yes, you heard it right. Not even Dream's astrophysicist friend from Harvard could come up with a document as long as that one, even if it was paid vast sums of money. Well, it actually all started with this tweet from one of ImAllexx's ex-girlfriends, Alice, reading, "Here's my statement on the situation I've been scared to speak out on. It's best it was made public how horrible this person with a platform is. I'd hate to see another woman go through this. Please read the statement first before continued." Followed by a mega Google Drive document with detailed screenshots and video evidence of ImAllexx being extremely toxic and saying a bunch of bad words to his girlfriend. All from a guy that's always disavowing people for saying slurs, being edgy, and making dark humor jokes, which is pretty ironic since it's shown in the Drive document that he did all of the things above.
I said
Before we jump on to the spicy part, remember that this is all alleged. Even if you're the #1 ImAllexx hater, Leafy himself reincarnated in the flesh. We've yet to see what ImAllexx has to say in his defense. Right now, the evidence seems pretty damning, but we can't instantly light up our torches and pick up our pitchforks and go on a witch hunt without hearing his defense first. There have been plenty of people losing their careers over false allegations. As it is right now, we at least know for sure that ImAllexx is pretty hypocritical for disavowing publicly behavior like saying slurs, being edgy, toxic, and mistreating others, but then doing it all behind closed doors. Guys, don't say the word and others. Proceeds to combine all of those words into the nastiest sentence that a human brain can come up with. Guys, I'm not, nor should I be, anyone's moral compass. I'm just a random, normal-ass dude trying to make it on YouTube's landscape. Acting all high and mighty will only get me into trouble later down the line, like it's doing for ImAllexx right now. Yapping aside, let's jump onto the mega 82-page Drive document. Alice starts off the statement with a small introduction stating that she was threatened not to come out with anything, otherwise it'd make a contradictory story. They had known each other for years, but eventually started dating and eventually eventually started being toxic, and they started having arguments where ImAllexx would shout at her, telling her to self-harm and verbally abusing her by calling her names. Now, if the document was just statements like these, it'd be more dubious, but she follows this small introduction by sharing screenshot evidence that it really happened. But Shifter, screenshots can be altered and put out of context. Well, true. And for you, my friend, there's also video evidence of ImAllexx doing those same things. And even if they were put out of context, which we are still yet to see, it still doesn't erase the fact that it paints ImAllexx as an hypocrite for grandstanding over behavior he partakes in. So even if ImAllexx comes with evidence against her, probably and most likely all that it can do is prove that she's a bad person as well, which will make them both bad people. If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me! Nonetheless, ImAllexx's career seems to be in shambles right now. I don't really know how we'll manage to recover from all of this. Anyway, I won't bore you with the 82-page document, so I'll just show you the best parts. Or is it the worst parts?
Just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
Yeah,
would do, and
acting
go,
like
"I
this
didn't-
is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it."
me, and that's something you really need to fix.
I'm gonna bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the up. You, because this one, genuinely, this one, you this royally. This.
Now the clip might be very well out of context, and we as watchers looking in from the outside might be missing some prior information, but generally that's something that you don't tell it to your significant other, especially when it's ImAllexx, since it tried cancelling Slazo over false allegations. Looks like the chickens have come home to roost, and now it's ImAllexx's turn to fight the allegations, this time much more dimming since Slazo's allegations were a bunch of put out of context screenshots and no video evidence. While ImAllexx's ex came out with an entire Lord of the Rings novel with screenshot as well as video evidence to back her claims up. Back to ImAllexx, I wouldn't expect someone who acts this squeaky clean to be this toxic in real life. You'd think that it acts somewhat the same, just a little amplified for the videos. But no! Dude is a wolf in sheep's clothing! It's so weird. It's like a phenomenon, especially on YouTube. Wilbursuit, Sky Does Minecraft, Mini Lad, and now ImAllexx. The soft boys, the good guys, are actually the worst offenders and most toxic in real life.
And you think you can just ignore them because, like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to lose, because your life might be down the drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to give. You're making it incredibly hard for me. Just like Lewis did.
Yeah.
I hate all of you. You guys are like I can't make any videos of Paul Breach.
Oh, Mr. Famous, A-lister, internet celebrity himself. Look at me, king of the castle, king of the castle. I'm way too famous and important to be hanging out with these people, these plebeians, the simplorians. Brother, you make videos online. Get out of your IORs. No one is more important than the other just because they have a bunch of clout on the internet. Do you want a golden medal? A gold star, maybe? For being way too cool to be hanging out with the other kids. We're all the same. Fabric cut from the same cloth. You're not that guy, pal. But I am Shifter the Great. I am that guy. Anyway, life isn't all about views and money. I know how he feels and his way of thinking, but he's going about it the wrong way. What's more important to him is not for everyone else, and his goals are not more righteous than the others. This problem gets more exacerbated because Alice mentions that she allegedly stopped working so much to spend more time with ImAllexx, and now he's throwing that at her face, saying that she doesn't work and her life amounts to nothing.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I go round and round in circles. I join cool, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing. Even though now, when it's too late, you admit that you did everything wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good dog, you don't do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you all up anyway. So it's just weird, and I know that you're going to end up admitting that you f***ed it all up.
Hey yo, brother, chill! This looks like some sort of weird fetish calling your girlfriend a dog. Like that girl called Meowdeline, but she's a dog, and she streams and says that she's a dog all of the time. Now that's something pretty bad to say, is angry, and we all say bad things when we're angry, but you have to understand, ImAllexx is a A-lister, top-tier celebrity. He should always be aware of his surroundings, so not to be caught lacking and get exposed 8K Ultra saying things such as what we've just watched. Bro, I have 400 subscribers and I'm constantly afraid of saying things, so not to be put out of context and cancelled. At the end of the day, it's frivolous though. At one point or another, I'm bound to be at the receiving end of criticism. I just hope that I'm prepared when that day comes. On to the text messages, and buckle up, bucko, cause there's going to be a lot of those. Alice goes on to allege that ImAllexx would call her names, blame her for causing arguments. Am I a mind reader? You hung up on me before I could say anything. You retard, you know how much that would piss me off. Stop calling me shit, Alex. Cry? I don't care. Forget it all then, if this is the best you had to offer. I don't know how I ended up with someone like you. Funny man. I just said I understand you, and you said that you hate me, and goodbye. Stop talking over me. You're unbearable to talk to. I can't cope with you. You got what you wanted. See ya! I didn't. I wanted reassurance, but I got an argument instead. Shut up! F off! I'm annoying for saying I still wanna see you. She'd also go on to say that ImAllexx would always shift the blame towards her, and that she needed to apologize, and that she should fix and fight for him, all while still calling her names. After screaming at me in calls and disregarding everything I have ever said, he would explain how it's always my fault and I should apologize, that I should fix it and fight for him, after he has made it worse by completely dehumanizing and disregarding me. I would get breakup threats because I interacted with my followers, tweets which I would then apologize for after he made it very clear that he was upset. This would be followed by him continuing to call me a and threatening, I'm going to refollow everyone I unfollowed, but if you're going to be like that, which by the way I found out later on, he was still interacting with many people he had old relationships with, and found him stalking his ex with their old nudes on his phone. This is then followed by these text messages saying, I'm done with your stupid ass, it is so weird that you'll die for liking that tweet. That should piss me off and now I'm mad. No, I won't. That's not it. Ha 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 ha. I don't care about that. I apologize for that. I'm going to refollow all the people I unfollowed for you. But if you're going to be like that, then it can be like that. Now I'm not sure on the having ex-girlfriend nudes on the phone. Alice doesn't share evidence, you know? If that's so, then it's pretty weird to be holding such things on your phone while you're in a relationship, especially if you're still talking to that person online like ImAllexx is alleged to be still doing, aka he's still talking to his ex-girlfriend even if he's on a new relationship. But hey, you know, nudes are a prized possession. I've tried my entire life to get a hold of those and I've never managed, but still talking to exes while in a new relationship, now that I don't understand. ImAllexx would then tell her to die multiple times like he's the Reaper from Overwatch, activating his ultimate ability. Die, die, die. Didn't accept to it. No, okay. Off then, die, you didn't let me talk, die, whoa, die, die. You're just making it up as you go. Yes, I am, all lies. Sorry, Alex, you don't have any grip on this. Sorry, I said leave the game. Good night. Stupid woman, I don't want you. Go away, I want to be alone. These discussions vary between Discord messages and phone messages and calls, and they both seem to offend each other and resort to name calling often, most of the time by ImAllexx. She would also go on to allege that they had loads of work-related arguments. Quote, work-related arguments would be weekly, nearly daily. If I showed signs of me being sad over something he said to me, you should be fucking grateful that as someone with this expertise, I actually have tried to talk to you about something like that. This was him talking about whether he wanted to stream or make YouTube videos. If the conversation didn't go his way or I said I didn't want to do a certain thing, he would blow up and get upset because I wouldn't do it his way, then continue to belittle me. I would always tell him I'm not with him for work talk. I don't care how much you can help me if all this will do is cause arguments. I don't care how successful I can be. He pushed it onto me to take his knowledge and make videos with him when all I want is my boyfriend. I only ever wanted something personal and genuine and I never got that. God, you're so set on me being a cunt to you. You don't even listen. I was just sad about it. Oh my god. You should be fucking grateful. Why? Someone with my expertise I actually have. Wow. try to talk you about something like that. N-word, that was just the truth. That's it. Okay, idiot. Okay, you'd understand. And Logan Paul was shit, and we were all shit, but we learned. Yeah, tried. I don't even know why I'm explaining. I just told you how to make 6 figures, so F off. It's annoying, I understand. Imagine telling people how to make 6 figures, and then he told me, you're like everyone else, stupid fucking idiots who think they know better than the only man who has successfully done it all. I said I wanted to stream on Twitch, and he gave me reasons why it wouldn't work and reasons not to. I got sad because I was planning so much, set up my channel, I went him happy about it, doing my own thing, and he devaluated it and called me small brain, and he also said the N-word. Oh, brother straight up dropped an N-word bomb. Now you all know my stance on the N-word. It seems like I make it clear every other video that I make. Listen, you might want to lock me up and put me behind bars, but if you say a word with actual racist intent, is different from you saying something because you have low self-control and you're stupid. But in ImAllexx's case, is a pretty well known. You can say the N-word even in your thoughts. If you say it, then you should be locked up for the crimes of racism. For him, is a different story, since although I don't care he said it, it once again makes him an hypocrite.
A lot of people know the video in question. I deleted that video because I don't stand by that video. There's no excuses for that video that I made. The context of the video was I was calling Tana Mojo an idiot because she called somebody a racial slur, which is obviously f***ing horrible. Now, I personally believe, because I wasn't calling somebody it, but I was talking about the word in context, it was okay to say. It obviously wasn't. And in the context of that video anyway, it doesn't make it any better. Just because I was saying it's bad to be racist doesn't mean it's okay to use that stuff. And the video's old and it's removed, and frankly I'm ashamed every time I see it get tweeted at me.
Guys, don't do this, don't do that. Proceeds to do every single thing that he stands against. Just how many times can one man, remember, a nastier celebrity, be caught lacking in one single video? Now it's pretty well established that the allegations portray ImAllexx as a toxic person and displays manipulative behavior towards his girlfriend at the time. But just listen to this next segment. Cream of the crop. You can just stop this that easily. So they go on holiday together. Alice opens up about her alleged trauma, and ImAllexx just dunks on her, saying that he doesn't care about her past partners and she ruined the entire holiday. I quote, "We ended up going on holiday to Italy together in July, and an argument came about when he was watching a video about a girl being hypersexual after trauma. I opened up to him about my essay, the trauma that I have been through myself. In response to this, he tells me that he doesn't want to know what has been done to me by other guys, and I ended up leaving into another room crying. He threatened to leave and get in a flight back on his own, taking into account this was only my 3rd time abroad, and he knew that he would make me very upset and scared. He knew I needed him there with me. Bringing up my weird shit on our first holiday, you ruined every moment. I have no fond memories of you. I spoke about something I went through and the drama, opening up to him about my experience with essay, and this is how he responded. 'Cause you're fucking weird. Yep, it's you. Bringing up weird shit on your first holiday ruined every moment." So ImAllexx's ex-girlfriend just opened up to him, and he said the equivalent to "don't care, didn't ask, L plus ratio, rip bozo, you ruined the entire holiday." Where does the internet get these cartoon villains from? It seems that every time that I log on to Twitter, there's a new, even more villainous character than the previous. Jokes aside, by the way that Alice portrays it, ImAllexx didn't care about her trauma, which is pretty douche move. I'd understand if she was reminiscing about previous partners, cause that would also make me pretty mad, but she opened up about her abuse, and brother straight up got all pissy and shut her down instantly. He also skipped her birthday to go to a Star Wars event. He ended up cancelling coming to see me on my birthday, or forgot it, and went to see Star Wars with his friend instead of seeing me. When I told him it was my birthday, he ended up going out after the movie to grab a gift and eventually came to my place midnight. I spent the whole day waiting for him. He invalidates my feeling after I said I got upset about it. Tired to justify it by hanging out properly before my birthday came. Let's properly hang out today. I'd love to. I can only come over super late on Monday, by the way. How come? Star Wars event at 7. Bruv, your birthday is like what? One time every year? You've got at least 80 of those until the end of your life. No Star Wars. Oof. No, that's a once-in-a-lifetime event. I wouldn't want to miss that. Let me tell you this before we jump on the next part. This has to be a pretty bad relationship and a very toxic one at that up until now. But it gets even worse because she goes on to move in with them. My man, why? Weren't the red flags enough? Isn't his toxicity by phone enough? Was Alice hoping for things to get better? I can just wrap my head around why she had the brilliant idea to move in with him after everything that she alleged him to do. She's a victim, yes, of course, but be real! After everything, she still moved in with him. It's like she was playing Minesweeper, knowing very well that the tile she was going to press was a mine, but still pressing it anyway. Call it whatever you want. We need to make these victims accountable. Not everything is black and white. I don't mean to be Captain Insight here, or a actually type of person, but come on! If we keep being yes queens and sending all 100% love and empowering message, these victims will keep on doing the same mistakes over and over again. Where does someone in their right mind gets verbally abused daily by phone, then decides to still ignore all of that and go live with the abuser? It's like sleeping with a bear. Oh no, it seems as if I've gotten eaten alive while sleeping. We've had the worst arguments I've ever experienced with anyone, but after the move it became even worse. On the first day of living together, on the 19th of October, he had taken it to the next level and got physical in a fight. It started as a screaming argument where I begged him to leave me alone and just stop. I ended up trying to get away from him, but he followed me. I went to walk downstairs and he grabbed my hood and pulled back until I fell on the floor. He told me that I'm not getting away, so I got up and made a run to the bathroom. He gets in my way, grabs me and puts me in a headlock and covers my mouth because I'm screaming for him to get off of me. I got to the bathroom and locked it behind me, and he screams from the other side, calling me crazy, telling me to leave the house after I've asked him to leave me alone. I'm not happy with you taking any more shit. You don't deserve to. You deserve better. It's bear on cat or kitten blink food now. And you're right, I'm not going to take any more. I just feel weird living without saying anything when he's calmed down. I feel a bit stuck right now. You don't owe anybody anything, and if he hasn't apologized, groveled, then you shouldn't be surprised. He's already pushed you over and you put his hands over your mouth. He will punch you eventually, then he'll have fun to defend himself against. This is what I mean. She should have been talking to her father the entire time, even before moving in. If he was verbally abusing her via messages and calls, obviously he will also be verbally abusive in person. And this escalated to the point of him inflicting harm onto her. Where was his father? Well, at least she eventually came to her senses and got out. Thankfully. But wait, she didn't actually get out. She waited a second time to get it and make sure he was actually wanting to harm her. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. The 28th of December was the day I decided to no longer put up with Alex's behavior. I was getting the house ready for his parents to come over for dinner, as Alex did not clean or we prepare anything. He must have thought I was angry at him because I'm cleaning the kitchen, was constantly asking me if anything was wrong. I tell him multiple times I'm fine and nothing is wrong, I just wanted to clean. He started shouting and getting hysterical, thinking I'm lying and I'm pissed off at him. I say very few words due to the fact that I'm mentally drained. I had nothing left in me when we had arguments. I barely said anything. He asked for tasks he could do to help in panic. I tell him to wipe the sides of the kitchen, counters, take out the bins, etc. He starts screaming after I give him more than one task, telling me he can't handle more than one at a time, so after he overreacts, I start walking away. On my way out the kitchen, he kicks me in the back and I turn and say nothing. Reminding you, as you seem to have forgotten how abusive you are, and I forgave and I forgave. Man, stay the fuck away from you. You kicked me, you psychotic freak. I'm not fucking dealing with this. Keep going. It's adding to the report. You start shit today. You freaked out, not me. Fucking answer the question. You're mentally trying to convince yourself it wasn't you. Bye. At this point, it was the second time he'd hurt me and I was scared, so I texted my friend to pick me up and I started packing. He follows me around the house, screaming random things at me, trying to justify actions for going too far. I recorded this because I was scared he would hit me again. I say nothing and I'm panicking to the point where I'm sweating from fear as he's following me, screaming at me, calling me the N-word, useless, etc. After I left, I later picked up things after he threatened to throw them outside. A 4K setup. I found everything on the floor taken apart. The keyboard was smashed and scattered. He claimed the keys had fallen off my keyboard when he was packing it all the way. When I got home and plugged everything in, I found the monitor screens were both smashed to bits, the keyboard broken, and the camera too. And there are some images of the damage. Okay, now she finally ended up the relationship and got her back broken. Literally! And her computer setup also broken to bits. What a nice couple! I'm surprised that even after her father told her to leave, she still decided to stay and get hurt even worse. After that, Alice finally broke up with ImAllexx. After that, ImAllexx tried multiple times to get back together with her, sending her multiple messages and love bombing her, but luckily, it didn't work and they broke up for good. I'd also like to add Alice's final insight on the relationship and a list of things ImAllexx said to her. You're a huge fuck up, freak, weirdo, slimy, slag, unlovable, I don't love you anymore, stupid, everything I do will amount to nothing, you're on a never-ending ego trip, breaks up with me, blocks me constantly, called me a dog to his mom, tells me to shut up in front of his mates, I got more important shit than your feelings, especially when your feelings are based on absolute wank, that you're being a dumb woman and move on, goes to bed sleeping knowing I'm sad, is tired and tried, excusing his words and insults saying I can't take it, feeling no remorse for the insults he says to me, told me to cut myself again, said he would break my neck and kill me, he said you can't live without me, 19th of October 2023, day 4 since moving in together. First time he's gotten physical with me, I walked away. Space for 1 minute, he grabbed my hood and pulled me back to the floor. He put me on a headlock and covered my mouth twice when arguing, calling me delusional, crazy. Tells me I need to leave when I've shut myself in a room and telling in I need space after this all. Will dig and dig and dig at me for hours until I break finally. I raise my voice and he looks at me, pauses and calls me crazy and a psycho after pushing for a reaction. Gaslighting, manipulating, asshole. 20th of December, argued, kicked me as I walked away. I moved out after that day. Reactive abuse. I don't know what this means, maybe she hit him back. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see about that one. I don't know what she means when saying reactive abuse, but maybe she's leaving some stuff out. Maybe she hit him back. One thing is for certain though, no amount of abuse makes it okay to do it back. Talking from experience here, in no world is reactionary abuse an excuse. It seems that they were both bad people that got into a bad and toxic relationship. As she says, she stooped down to his level. One thing was made clear though, ImAllexx has got a lot to answer for. The amount of evidence stacked against him is almost insurmountable. I hope that he comes up with an equally big comeback with an 800 Google Docs document with equally damning evidence defending himself. But just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in! A second girlfriend has come out with allegations against ImAllexx. This time Annie or King Annie came out with their experience. Compared to the first allegations for Alice, this is practically a nothing burger. A bunch of text with not a lot of evidence. No screenshots, no video. She also goes on to allege verbal abuse, ImAllexx grabbing her arm to stop her from leaving, but nothing else really. The only piece of evidence that she offers is that she got a matching bracelets and ImAllexx is shown wearing it in a now deleted video. And that's it. So I'll have the text as B-roll probably and leave the document touched down in the video description for the sake of information keeping. But overall, the allegations are her side of the story without much evidence of what happened. A third girlfriend has also came out. Yes, you heard it here first. Not one, not two, but 3 exes came out with stories against ImAllexx. And you know what they say, guys? Everything good comes in threes. Anyway, this third girl has her account privated, so I guess that I'll never know about her side of the story. Psych! Let me just copy my fellow content creator's homework and since he follows her on Twitter, take her side of the story from his video. Okay, never mind. The third girlfriend's allegations are also not that good. She's got a couple of screenshots in a post dating back to 2020 accusing ImAllexx of the same thing as the other girls, but it's mostly also text with barely anything to back her claims up. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, I'm simply saying that it's not an 82-page mega document. In a vacuum, these allegations could be very well and quickly dismissed by ImAllexx. There's no 100% definitive concrete evidence. On the big scheme of things, these ones are just droplets compared to the ocean that was Alice's allegations. Overall, compared to the first ex-girlfriend, the other twos lack enough evidence and receipts to back her claims up. Anyway, a ton of ImAllexx's former friends have also come out against him and his actions, including iNeber, Mimulus, and Jake Baz. Should say, yeah, I know about the situation and hope you all send nothing but support to Alice. Genuinely some of the most horrific shit I've ever read. Cannot explain how brave it is to come out and speak about this stuff, especially considering how long it seemed to have been going on. Really trying to not come in here and say the eyes and make it about me, as this is about Alice and she deserves all the support possible. But yeah, I should say, of course, I didn't know about this until recently. I wasn't even aware the two had fully broken up until April. That's how in the dark I was on this. I've very much been in the dark on all of this until recently, which makes it feel worse. The level of what was said in the document about him, just indescribable, just absolutely horrific. The situation makes me feel genuinely ill, but also angry. But I would prefer to keep those personal thoughts private for now, as this is about Alice and not me. Don't really think words can describe how I'm feeling about what I read in the past document, so I will say please just be kind to Alice, just send your support and be kind to her. This is so fucked up and I wish nothing but the best to her. I honestly feel like I should, but I also want to say more, but I genuinely don't know what to write. I have like a million thoughts. I know this seems like a very unprofessional way to respond to this, as it's more feels like I'm venting about it, but I'm not going to give some scripted PR document. This is one of the most fucked up situations I have ever seen. But for now, as I don't want to take away from the actual story in any way, I will say support to Alice. Do not be intrusive and send her a million questions. I doubt she needs that shit right now. Sorry if this has been rambly. This is a painful situation. And now we have Jake Baz, also another one of his former friends. I've seen the situation. Please support Alice and her post, as it's absolutely vile in discussing the videos alone. It's genuinely horrifying, as I never said we were left in the dark around his relationship and lied to, only finding out they had broken up until 5 months later. Alice's story is one of the worst things I've ever seen from manipulation and discussing consistent actions. I hope Alice has time and space to heal from this. Give her time. I'm hurt by this. Please support victims, support Alice's bravery to come out with her story. She really needs it. We have the last friend that I know of, Mimulus. I'm aware of the Alex situation. I would usually wait until both parties have said their side publicly before speaking about it, but I think that the evidence here is overwhelming. I spent this morning reading what Alice has written and going over the evidence she's provided, and no one should have to go through what she has. It's awful and disturbing and has seriously shocked me. I'm still processing what's happened. This is one of the worst situations I have ever seen in my life, and hope Alice is okay. It took a lot of courage to speak about this. And that's it up until now. All of his former friends that he also collabed with came out against him. Funnily enough, the guy that ImAllexx also falsely accused and tried to cancel years ago, Slazo, came back and gave his response that was pretty funny. Rubbing salt on the wound. They say that revenge is a dish best served cold, and that's exactly what he did. He waited all of these years until now to dunk on ImAllexx, saying, "Good morning," followed by a gif of IShowSpeed. Brother came from a 7-month break just to tweet this, and until now, that's been it. ImAllexx is bleeding subscribers faster than my 10-year-old laptop, way past his life cycle battery. Every single one of his friends has ditched him and came out against him. His career is already in shambles, but now he's sinking lower than the Titanic. Let's see how he manages to come back from this, or he simply admits defeat. I've seen people and YouTubers beating worse allegations.